Hey, welcome to Let's Drink. I'm Vikstad.
I'm Tiki.
And today we're going to be showing you 3 quick and easy gin cocktails. Starting off with the Gimlet, which we have made before, but with vodka. This is more true to the original, and let's just get right into it. For this drink, you will need gin.
Which today we just picked up some Roku Gin. Went to, Best Buy.
Yeah, picked up a Roku at Best Buy. No, it's Roku Gin. It is crafted by Japanese artisans. Crafted by Japanese artisans, Roku is a multi-layered, perfectly balanced gin combining both traditional and 6 uniquely Japanese botanicals. We spent, $27 on this?
They talked it up a decent amount at the store.
So you need your gin. You also need ½ ounce of lime juice, which we will be freshly squeezing, and then a ½ ounce of simple syrup. First thing we're gonna do is figure out where we put the cutting board. Clear the camera shot so that you can get this sweet action here.
So sweet. And sour.
Look at how this knife just cuts right through it.
Yeah, he didn't like my knife that I brought down.
It wasn't a good knife.
I've got it right here.
Thank you. I'm just trying to collect my brain patterns, my brain thoughts. We're drinking. That's all. That's all that's important. So you need a ½ ounce of this, so probably just half of it. That's actually 3/4. Nah, it's right on the line. It's slightly more, but that's fine.
But that's
so I'm
okay.
just gonna keep squeezing this and putting more juice in there. So you got your ½ ounce of lime juice. Where's our trash? We have a trash can now, it's incredible. You just take your trash and yeet. So you got that. You got your ½ ounce of simple. Nice and thick.
Oh yeah. Huh.
And then, as usual, the Gimlet is a very alcohol-forward drink. So 2 whole, and then 1/2 ounce of this.
So 2½ ounces.
Yeah.
That is coming out very slowly.
There we go.
There we go.
Now it's pouring the way it should. AKA just everywhere.
As he makes a mess as usual.
Yeah, it's typical. Boom, 2½ ounces of that Japanese gin.
No, it's not. That's only 2.
No, it's 2. I know what I'm doing sometimes, not a lot of the time. And then what you want is ice, and holy shit, today we have ice. I like to do about 3 cubes per drink.
Same.
It's just enough. So,
shake her up.
yeah. I don't know if you even saw that. Okay, oh man, that smells like gin. Nothing to be surprised about there, but there's just suddenly Christmas all up in here. Now you need to pour it in your glass. There's your glass.
There's your glass.
Thank you. Now, if you want to serve this over ice, you can. It will fill up the glass more and make it not look so, like nothing. There, oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even understand the physics of that. There's your Gimlet. Now, it's Tiki's turn.
And I'm going to clean up the table quick. All right, so now I'm going to make the drink.
Yeah.
So, again, I'm actually going to start with the gin first. 2½ ounces of gin. It's a ½ ounce of lime. We got my lime juice. Then we got another ½ ounce of simple syrup. It is really thick. Add in my ice cubes. Shake it up. And just pour it on out.
Now you've got your Gimlet.
Your Gimlet?
Now you've got your Gimlet.
It does smell, obviously very strongly of gin, but this gin smells different than other gin.
It does.
That I've had before.
It's still very juniper forward smelling, at least.
Yeah, but it seems more palpable.
Yeah, it's more mellow. Cheers.
Cheers. Tastes nothing like it smells.
That's wild.
That's actually great.
It's...
I like it. Honestly, same with the vodka one that we made. Just tastes like lime. I don't really taste much else. I get a slight aftertaste of the gin, but it's not bad.
I have a different take. I mean, obviously it's very gin forward. Gin is most of the ingredients in this, but the lime does a really good job of cutting through. I don't think that that's really the main flavor though. Like the simple syrup is there and it sweetens it up a little bit, but it mostly just tastes like a really smooth, mellow gin is what I would say. I'm not the biggest gin drinker, but it's not terrible. I'm not sure that I would really make this very often, but I'm gonna sip it again and I'm not gonna make a face.
Like he said, I'm also not very much of a gin drinker, so I prefer the vodka one a little bit more than this, but this is still good.
The vodka Gimlet is much more neutral in its flavor, whereas this has some extra stuff going on. If you're into gin, I would heavily recommend it.
Yes.
If you haven't made one already, I'd be surprised. If you do like gin. But, if you haven't, and if you wanted to try this gin out, I think this is a really good recipe for it. Yeah, let's fucking slam it. So now we're going to move on to the next drink, which I do not have the appropriate glassware for, unfortunately. We are making a John Collins, which calls for a Collins glass. It's another name for a highball glass, aka kind of narrow, skinny. Imagine this, but double the size. We don't have any of those, so we're just going to use this. So for the John Collins, what you need is gin.
Obviously.
Lemon juice this time. Simple syrup. And then a little bit of club soda. So to build this drink, first of all, you build it in the glass. So you want to take your glass and add your ice directly to it. You might need to get more ice.
We have more ice.
Put your ice in your glass and then cut your lemon up. This does call for 1 whole ounce of lemon juice, which is probably going to be this whole thing.
We double stack it after we squeeze them once for each side, just for a little extra. You destroyed that one.
It's kind of the idea, isn't it? Yeah, so you got your 1 ounce of lemon juice. Again, I don't start with the alcohol for some reason. 1.5 ounces of gin. 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. So again, not super sugary. And then 2 ounces of club soda.
Yeah, let's... Hopefully it doesn't just like, here, I got this. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
It almost went crazy.
It wanted to do it.
Wow, that's bubbly.
Damn. All right. It's 2 ounces of the bubbly. A little bit of Michael. Oh, man.
I'm surprised that took me a second.
A little bit of Michael bubbly. And there you got a gin fizz.
It's not a gin fizz, it's a John Collins.
Oh, yeah.
Which is very similar to a gin fizz.
The gin fizz has less fizz, actually. And you shake that one. But yeah, this one is stirred, so you just want to take your bar spoon and give a nice little stir. Again, when stirring drinks, you ideally want to do this as gently as possible to not break up the ice into smaller pieces, because those will melt and dilute much faster. That's what's really nice about a bar spoon, is it gives you this kind of really easy motion to do. But you can see don't really have to put too much into it. And there you have the John Collins.
My turn. I'm going to start with the alcohol, unlike you, Vikstad. I don't know what's wrong with you.
A lot.
1.5 ounces of gin. Should I put the ice cubes in first?
Yeah, probably.
Then I'm gonna cut my lemon.
And in case you're wondering why we cut the tips off before we cut them in half, it makes it a lot easier inside the squeezer for it to get more surface area to squeeze into.
Yep.
There's less shit in the way that doesn't even have juice in it, basically. And this lemon that doesn't even want to get juiced.
It does not want to get juiced at all.
Dang, dude.
Wow. I picked the wrong lemon.
This lemon's not having it. Oh, I got squirted on there.
Kinky. I got close to 1 ounce, 1/2 ounce of simple syrup, 2 ounces of the bubbly. And then hopefully I can do this as well as he did. But you just kind of,
It's easier if you just let the grooves on the handle work with you.
I'm trying. Oh, I suck. I can't get it. Good enough.
You're so frustrated you turned Canadian for a moment. Let's see if it tastes good enough.
Cheers to the John Collins.
Yeah, simple, easy. Smells like gin.
It tastes like Sprite.
Oddly enough, that's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it is more lemon and less gin than the last drink. The carbonation adds a really good just level to it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's one of those like refreshing kind of drinks. You're not drinking it and feeling super heavy. Like you drink it and it's just nice and light on the palate.
To me, again, it does taste a little like Sprite, but it's not as bubbly because, you know, it's been in there for a minute. I stirred it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like flat Sprite, but better.
It's fizzy, not super fizzy.
That sounds really bad.
A little bit. I don't want to say it tastes watered down, but it does. But it's not a bad thing. Like it's just a light, refreshing drink. Basically, is what I'm trying to say here.
So I don't taste the gin like at all.
Yeah.
I basically taste lemon and a very slight carbonation.
Yeah, it's very lemon forward. The gin takes a backseat to everything else in this, which is not a terrible thing. It's still there. Like you can still, like most of the complexity of the flavor is coming from that gin. It's very lemony, a little bit sweet. If you make this without the gin, you've got a good fizzy lemonade recipe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's good.
Yeah, it's just nice.
If we have club soda in the house, I will definitely make this more in the future. We just don't have club soda in the house very often.
You know, you could use like Sprite or something with this though. I know I said it tastes like Sprite, but you could literally add Sprite to this, and I'm sure it would be great.
Oh yeah, that would just make it a little bit better, I think.
It'll add a little bit of sugar, so maybe you could forego the simple syrup, but an idea.
Honestly, at that point, you're just making a Sprite and gin,
Yeah.
which isn't bad.
With a little extra lemon.
I feel like we keep talking shit about Sprite.
That was you, man.
I know. Dude, Sprite's good.
I feel like we're talking shit about Sprite. Sprite's good.
It's more of a natural kind of Sprite and gin, which is not a bad thing. Gin really lends itself to that lemon lime citrus flavor. It's really good.
Yeah, it is very good.
This is the point of the video where we just slam it, right?
Yup, indeed.
All right. All right, moving on to the last drink of the video. We're gonna make something called a White Lady. So for the White Lady, 3 ingredients, pretty simple. You got your gin. We're adding triple sec to the mix now. And then a lemon. I hope there's enough because this calls for about 7/10 of an ounce of lemon juice.
So hopefully we have enough. Otherwise, I'll probably just make mine with lime. And it'll be okay.
I always start out with the citrus, and I don't know why.
See, look, you actually got a good amount of juice from that.
I got a good lemon. This is close to 7/10 of an ounce.
Yeah.
So we're gonna roll with that. So 7/10 of a milliliter. Nope. 7/10 of an ounce of lemon juice. Again, gin. This is 1.5 ounces of gin, so 1 whole shot. And then 1 whole ounce of triple sec. We're using DeCuper because it's cheap. Got that. Everything's in here. We just need to shake this up.
Shake it up.
Boom. Strain into the glass.
Beautiful.
I think I know why it's called a White Lady.
It's white,
Yeah, it's a very white drink.
just like me.
Yeah, there it is. And now,
I'm gonna get ice cubes.
I don't know why, but in every single one of these videos, my hands end up sticky.
Why are your hands sticky, Vic's dad?
All right, so now it's Sticky's turn to make the White Lady.
Yep.
Make that White Lady happy.
I'm making that White Lady happy. So to make her happy, we're gonna first start with 1.5 ounces of gin. Now I'm gonna continue to make her happy by putting in about 7/10 of an ounce of lemon, and then finish her off with 1 ounce of triple sec.
Now you gotta chill her out with some ice.
Yep. This drink is taking 3 chill pills.
They're very milky looking.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to the White Lady.
I sniffed it and I was gonna say, it smells like gin. All of these have smelled like gin. Okay, that's real potent.
I'm not as much of a fan as that.
I'm not surprised that this is, well, it's the only drink that we made without any simple syrup. The only thing we had to make it sweeter was the triple sec, which granted it's cheap stuff, so it's probably mostly sugar. But even with that, this is still by far the most tart drink of the 3.
I wouldn't say it's the most tart. It's the most gin oriented.
I
It's
don't-
not overpowering, but it's enough.
I don't want to say it's getting worse the more I drink it, because I guarantee you there's someone who would taste this and be a fan of it. I am not that person. Gin is the most prevalent flavor. The triple sec isn't really doing a lot to affect it.
I don't really taste the triple sec hardly at all. Which I guess the triple sec maybe blends in with the lemon a little bit because it's orange.
Yeah, but triple sec is the second most ingredient in this, so I would expect more of an orangey, sweeter flavor. The lemon is cutting through a little. It's more there as a background flavor, I would say. But on the plus side, this is very cloudy looking and pretty neat. The martini glass was a good choice for it, I think.
With it being the White Lady, it feels more feminine.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Sometimes you just need a little bit of that feminine touch in your life.
Indeed.
Sometimes you need a lot of it.
So for you, it's more gin forward. For me, it's still pretty gin forward though, but I still get a good amount of lemon. I don't know. I feel like mine's not necessarily as bad as his.
Moral of the story, White Lady. If you really like gin and you really like the gin that you have, this is a good drink for you.
Indeed.
It doesn't ruin it with sweetness or covering up the flavor. It's just very much what you have is what you taste. If you don't like gin, if you're not super huge into it, if you just like, drinking and getting the most out of the alcohol,
Don't get into White Ladies.
do a Gimlet. Like we said in the vodka video, the Gimlet is the best for getting you drunk quickly.
Yes, but if you want something that you will for sure enjoy, the John Collins.
Yes, the John Collins is a good refreshment. It's pretty light, but it's still like, that's the joy of it. You can pound like 4 of those and then not even worry about being too drunk. You don't have to worry about being hungover. because you got that water there to hydrate you. I don't think that's how that works.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. This has been the Cluster Flux and Let's Drink. So, I was Sticky.
And I am still Vikstad.
And we will see you next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Clink.
Clink.
Ship of Theseus. Like, you know, that's the whole idea of if you have a ship and you replace every single part on it, is it still the same ship? Like, not all at once, just like plank by plank.
Yeah, that's fair. Yep, I'm drunk.